I'm gonna go fix my flasks. I just had a great idea. I think that sounds wonderful. Primal strikes. Lightning charge stab that can be chained into a combination of up to 3 attacks. First two conjure a charging Wildwood Spirit if they hit a shocked enemy and refresh shock duration. Third attack is a large swipe that inflicts lightning exposure and can consume shock to conjure a stampede of spirits. We can try it. Instead of Fangs of Frost. I don't know what I would put in it though. We already have lightning infusion there, but I guess I'm using martial tempo. Final strike of supported skills can be performed twice in succession. That sounds like it's not that great. Because it consumes shock, so the second one's guaranteed to not consume shock. Alice, don't they have a thing that says you have a chance to not consume things that you consume or something like that? Consume. Cannot inflict daze buildup. Okay. Parry, supported skills consume parry debuff on hit to generate a frenzy charge, so we wouldn't have to use disengage anymore for that if we didn't want to. We could use a skill with actual AoE on it, so I don't have to aim. Okay, so I was hallucinating. Seems there's not something that prevents you from consuming status effects, at least not from support gems. What is on Fangs of Frost? So actually we can put lightning infusion on primal strikes and we can go with surely there's something. Not innervate. Lasting shock? Nope. The other one. The one that gives you a chance to shock. Conduction. Precisely the one. So we do that. Strikes. Primal armament would be nice. But that's a level 2 gem. So we ain't there yet. I guess I could have just used the portal gem. But oh well. What do I know? Gonna level that up just in case. We have the ones I care about. The explosive spear is like secondary, I guess. I suppose we could level up disengage. That might not be a bad idea. Oh yeah, we needed one more support gem, didn't we? Innervate would not work at all because it consumes the shock to kill the enemy. Alright, wait, does this have? I don't think the spirits count as projectiles, do they? This does not have the projectile tag, so I'm assuming Pursuit will be fine. I hope. We're gonna try this. I suppose Pursuit's kind of a missed opportunity. I haven't been using it this whole time. Alright, the fun part. Let's finish up this act finally, shall we? Only 5 hours on this character. A casual 12 hours, and we're still in Act 2. Fuck, I forgot my flasks. I was too busy thinking about gems. Heck it, kill him again! After I go shopping. Hold the war! I forgot my groceries. What? Yeah, we kind of lost when we got the chances to get more charges.
Do not wander.
Man, look at that frame rate. Beautiful. Listen. No quarters allowed. Ooh. Smearing Wisps are your hardest enemies. Honestly, I kind of ignore them. Ooh. I do believe it though. I've done a couple of them and they're quite significantly harder. Especially if you get them on bad mobs, or the bad mods, I mean. On top of the Asmeri shit. Not a great time. I miss freeze. However, I feel like this does make more sense. Like, we have a goal in mind when we're throwing stuff. And we have a time in mind in which I want to be hitting stuff melee-wise. Like, we want to shock stuff. And then we want to hit stuff. I love when they put a dude with an unbreakable shield in the very front of the bridge. Alright, spear damage. We've made it to the good one. And we can actually take the crit side, because we actually have like a reasonable amount of crit. Actually, it's kind of an unreasonable amount of crit for this point in the game. What is it? 33%. A little excessive, if you ask me, for level 31. I'm not even 31, I'm 28. I have more crit chance. I have a higher crit chance than a higher level. Sorry, I have a higher crit chance than a character level. Wow! Okay. I'll just go fuck myself, I guess. We go again. And there's the heavy stuff. Parrying is a system. That's for sure. It does exist. And on the long list of things you can do, it is one of them. Not again. Aha, I saw it that time. Yeah, increased AoE with that ability, must be nuts. That spirit wave thing must be, huge. Yeah, I think this is the first set of skills that I've used as a huntress or a spear user that felt like it made sense. That said, I do have 0 flasks right now. You know what I should have done? The wiser thing would have been to go home. If shit sucks, hit the bricks. Oh no, there's more. What have I done? Where's that checkpoint? Let me go home. Let me go home. There's no place like home. Asala body blocked them. Let's go. I'm not sure how we're gonna kill Jamanra like this, but we're gonna do our damn best. Did I know this game was influenced by the Diablo series? Yes. I had a sneaking suspicion. What I did not know was because I did not play a lot, or I didn't really play Diablo 2 at all. But I've heard people say every zone or every like region in Path of Exile 2 is the same region in the same order, or the same like type of biome in the same order as Diablo 2. I did not realize it was that drastically influenced. So what am I supposed to do against these dudes again? I can never remember because they just kind of stand here poking away with very, very high damage reduction. I suppose parry works? Maybe? Nope.
Part of the job.
Owie. How much gold do I have? 3,000? I can buy a total of 3 weapons if I wanted to go Gamba or something better. I'm not convinced I could find something in that amount of attempts. Attempts, even. Put the shield down, please. Oh, I guess you're supposed to make them attack and then sidestep them, but that's very annoying.
Take this.
I did the math. Within expectations. Yo, Rage Lord, it's me. I'm going home. Have I leveled up recently? I don't think so. I'm about to. Yeah, Zarka still has not refreshed these. No dexterity still.
Do not wander.
We're about to level up again though, so we can check afterwards.
Lightning strikes twice.
I suppose part of the problem is I have no evasion rating. I also have no armor, so we just are simply made of paper. Over 1,300. Wait, is does it already? That's a lot.
The thrill of the hunt.
Then again, they do have 12 classes on those on that tree. I'm sure half of them share spots, but yeah. I wonder if anybody's memorized all the nodes yet. Whether on purpose or just by playing enough and doing enough different builds. Certainly not the new version of the tree, but the old one maybe. Seems kind of like memorizing the periodic table, but like, if I don't even know how many things are on that. I don't know, 13 times worse. Regen's life with the shields. Yeah, I think I'm good. We'll pretend we killed them. Uh-oh. I fucked up. At least we have a checkpoint right there, and the regen life minions are gone. If there was ever a time to die, it was right there. Oh yeah, we leveled up too. I should have gone back.
Stretch the out.
What's on that? Not the worst ever, considering the class we're playing. Could also level up the spear. Oh yeah, we were gonna go check Zarka. I suppose I could also look for like dexterity boots and then, or I guess gloves or a helmet. And just use the attribute essence that we found and get dexterity that way, if we even still need that. Charges per second plus recovery rate. At least it kind of refills. Very slowly, but it does. I was hoping for more charges, or reduced charges used, but really more charges.
I will tell you a tale.
Browse as long as you like.
54, 67. Those gloves have 20 defenses between them. Oh yeah, forked spear was the next tier of stuff. Which we had one, but it was kind of shit. It also has dexterity on it. I do have one regal to my name. $6,000. Cool, cool. I was kind of hoping for gray stuff, but that works too. Maybe I just buy this and regal it. It's not exactly what I was looking for, but we can make it work. Maybe. There's a lot of damage on this weapon. $10 to 15 cold. With some accuracy rating. Ooh. The suffix one. It's already in a better spot than the other one, though. Yeah, let's take this.
It suits you.
The bummer is the dexterity problem. Does not get solved. Stun build up. More accuracy. Flat crit chance. Not bad. Cold damage is not my favorite, but lightning we can add an extra. So now we have 25 on the top end for elemental, plus 43 is 68. Plus we have more crit chance, and I could put quality on this for a little more fizz damage, but I don't think I have any
Goodbye.
whetstones. That is a negative Ghost Rider. Oh, that's a nice spell. so let's go talk to Sin. I should be able to afford 1 point.
And you dare
Quickly, go fuck yourself, Sin. I'll take my time if I want. Try that.
I hear you. Take your time. All right.
What else? I could put a lightning rune. Assuming I have another one. Thought I had a bunch of them. I guess that was my last one. Could wear this chest piece though. Slightly better. Alright, we'll go with this and see what happens. Don't know why playing this game feels like a horror game in a nutshell. That would be because it's a scary game. There's so much stuff going on all the time. It's sensory overload as well, is the other thing. Raw panic at all times. Unless you want... Hello, my skills? Speaking of jump scares, what the hell? What happened? The dexterity problem. I did not check. I mean, I could drop some cold res, right? Fire res I can't really drop. That's like all I have. Shambrin, tell me you have like anything gray, please. I'm begging. Do I have anything gray? Did I keep anything? No, why would I have?
young one.
Not even that one. We have an attribute essence that I can use and basically guarantee dexterity on a piece of gear. Might even give up movement speed on my boots, but gloves would probably be ideal. Those are nice gloves. Why did I not wear those? No open suffix, so I couldn't YOLO slam it for dexterity. Oh! I can't do it. I can't do it on an amulet. It can have all of them. Amulet would not work. So maybe we... I did not delete the old spear. Okay, we put this here. We put this here for now. Put my dexterity back so I can have abilities.
Back to basics.
That's a very important thing to have. Alternatively, is there 1 point we could save anywhere? Don't tell anybody. We're cheating. I take it back. We were gonna go farm looking for a gray item that I could use that essence on, but I realized I don't want to do that. That sounds like ass. We'll just do our best. Who really needs a small crit node anyways? Alright, Jamin-Ra. This time for sure.
You're as good as dead. Hot as a dog.
8%. We're only gonna get like 1 or maybe 2 whetstones out of that. If I die, I'll go back to town and put the quality on my new weapon. Can't wait to be past all the shield dudes. And all the ones that jump 10 miles at a time like that. Basically, I just want to be out of here, dude. We've spent too long in Act 2 today. We made it. Asala, can you focus?
The fool under the hooded one's way.
How did they get in?
Do you even know what he is? Know that. You'll find my king far more capable than Count Gianor. My king, take the power you were promised. Put an end to this nuisance.
The Sycamore of Dura. Bow before your king.
The Medicaid must bow to their king. We begin then.
Ah, yeah. Look at that sweet, sweet damage. Good thing we upgraded our weapon.
Reprisal. The Manacles will pay. For my people, the Manacles will pay. The Manacles will pay. We are vengeance.
We are Venom.
By your son.
Hello. Asala the shield, please. Asala the shield, please.
We are vengeance. Reprisal.
Maybe some, please.
People. The Manacles will pay. I cannot give up.
Can't vary that, that's for sure. Owie. That is not what I thought it was. Well, on the plus side, we do get some flask charges back, I presume. I hope.
We're running out of time. End this.
It can finally. I don't really have the flasks for this, but we're gonna do our best. I don't have flasks for this. You don't have time for this. It all works out. Let's call it even and go home.
The era of the Faragafur. Damn you. The Manacles will pay.
I'm begging for one measly shock, please.
To you.
I survived.
I call the wind. Blood.
I better be ready to whip out the stab again.
The Manacles will pay.
Come over here, please. How the hell does he turn it that far? I thought for sure I was out of that. There's the last of my men. Stabby time!
We will blot out the sun.
Uh-oh.
The wind.
This is awkward.
To you. 10,000 spears. You will be forgotten.
Right through the art.
Coming around. You remember the part where you didn't stand directly on top of the lightning bolts? I don't. Oh! I was thinking about the lightning bolts. This is fine. We still got this. Winnable. Winnable. Wah. Winnable. Yo, any flask charges, please. I know this is a self-recovering one. It needs 3 or more. Total guess. It worked. Fuck! Bro. Why is this so difficult? Okay. We're gonna put as much quality as I can put on this weapon. And hope it works. I'm not optimistic. This is why I was looking for a flask that had more uses on it. Because the passive recharge thing is actually really bad. We needed 3 charges to make the flask usable again, and that would have taken 30 seconds of not getting hit to get those 3 charges. Or like 20 something seconds, but at that point, not a really major difference.
Stay in sight.
Might even break this weapon just to get more quality. Might have been wiser to try the other weapon first to see if it was better, since it was pure fizz and that all would have been getting converted and stuff, but too late now. We can also wear this for more stuff. Could I fit Innervate? We could drop Martial Tempo. But, I mean... would we want to Innervate on that or this? If that's 15 mana total, the throw is 20 mana, so yeah, we would probably want the throw. Not Innervate. What's the mana one? Inspiration? Yep. I was really worried for a split second that I would not have enough red sockets. Or like enough strength to fit another red socket. We're good though, we're good. That puts it down at 14. Doesn't sound like a whole lot better, but we'll do our best. Just in case, we're actually gonna prepare Spear Stab too. Brutality is tempting, but it also would turn off half the damage on this weapon. I don't even know what else we would do. Rage for the more damage, I think it gives. We'd have to build it up, but that would work. Alright. We're doing our best now. It's time. Round 2. I suppose worst case scenario, we could farm through the Dreadnought a couple times looking for gear or something. But I would like to avoid that if at all possible.
The Sigma of the Artura. Bow before your king.
The Medicats do not bow. Lightning strikes twice. We skin them.
The era of the Faradun is now!
Submit. You are finished.
Eh.
We will have what is ours!
That quality may have had a larger effect than I realized. But it also could be the extra level from the gloves that we put on. This is actually, like, tolerable, kind of. Far from great, but better.
The era of the Faradun is now!
Like, is there a chance that we skip the ad phase? Maybe not. But we probably won't get a second one. I'm a big fan of not having burning ground under the boss, or shocked ground for that matter.
We are vengeance!
We are root. See phasing.
We will have what is ours!
Wishful thinking, I guess.
We're running out of time.
There we go.
End this.
We sure are running out of time. For Jamin-Ra to be alive. Yes, this is the run. For sure. Guaranteed.
Stand, bend to my will, impede my enemies!
Pinpoint precision.
It is now! To you!
I panicked. We're fine, we're fine. Still got tons of life flasks. We're doing great. Mana, not so much. But we still have half of it, I guess. Could be worse. Tried to wait for him to start bringing it down before dodging, but I think I need to dodge when he stops moving it to start bringing it down. And get away from those, please. Thanks. Too early. Once again begging for a shock. Thank you. Feels like kind of a waste of mana to use Primal Strike if I don't have a shock. Once again, too early. I'm throwing. Actually easy. We're unthrowing. Heavy stun! Thank you.
Heart and storm.
That did not look right at all. I'm once again panicking. Oh, good thing I used that flask, otherwise I was dead. But now we're out. And he is standing directly on top of stuff that I cannot stand on.
Lightning strike twice.
On the plus side, I'm not having mana issues, but that's also because I'm not. Solve one problem, cause another. Classic. That was unfortunate. I'm just gonna go over here. Yeah, we got a flask. Let's go. It'll be 400 more seconds before I get another one. But we had one when we needed it. And I still need one. Man, how does he turn like that? Brother. That was like the third time I thought I had the timing right, and he just kept turning. So what do we do in this situation? Problem is, whatever I do, I don't want to leave this zone because I don't want to redo it. That's the problem. Our res is not bad. We have 64 lightning res. It's... I don't even know if the flask is that bad. Like, yes, it could be better, but I think if we just need more damage. But I don't even know how the hell we're supposed to do that. Sure, we got that open. Maybe I need to drop some accuracy rating. Do I have gold? Maybe we just take the points out of that accuracy wheel there and put them in the spear cluster.
Ought to rethink my approach.
Oh, I can only get 3 of them even. That'll let me get the crit node. Then we'll be critting less. Damage pens. Jamanra, I think he's even on resistance with lightning. So at the very least we can drop that. That might be pretty significant. What are we at right now? Lightning Spear is 39.68. Or 23.68 to 39. Whereas Primal Strikes is 39.68 at all times. It is now 48 point something? No, 49.2, I think. And we got more crit damage bonus. That might do it. Only one way to find out? Okay. But if we do die here again, I think we grind out a level and we pray that Zarka gives me a better flask. Better life flask, that is. Because we kind of had mana flasks going for that entire time. Maybe another option is looking for Leech on support gems. That might be an option that I'm forgetting. Oh, he's not even on lightning. I was wrong. But we do exposure when I do that, so it's kind of not 100% uptime. Pen does not go to negative values in this video game. Owie. Really don't want to be using flasks this early. I think I've used 3 of them. What are you at? 44? I was wondering if these actually do give blast charges. I would expect they do, but I wasn't certain. Looks like it. Yeah. We definitely didn't auto-generate 6 blast charges in that amount of time. I'd really like to sit here and combo 3 times in a row, but I'm kind of getting chased by these damn pylons. What about my combo gameplay? Yes, refill my flasks for me. Thank you. It did not refill as much as I was hoping. Surely this time is the urn, right? I wonder if a curse would help. I almost certainly don't have the intelligence for that. You can walk out of the way of that? I'll be honest, I was spacing out thinking about curses, and I saw I did not get hit. Is that the strat? You just walk far away from him? And strafe? Yep. So the farther it's not an instant line, I guess. I probably should have realized that sooner. Like the attack doesn't hit the entire line at the same exact moment. So the farther you are, the longer it takes to reach you, the more time you have to dodge. That's why the timing was so funky last time, because I was dodging at different ranges. Okay. Now I know. Damn your tornadoes. Owie. Totally mistimed that one. Lightning Spear was definitely the right play. For, inspiration, that's for sure. We stun him. Shock wore off. That was the, like, 2 seconds too early on that dodge, and we still got out of it. We're so in there, dude. I have a full life flask, and only at the hello. Yeah, I should still pay attention, shouldn't I? Also, when you throw a spear, and the attack animation is quite long. Ow, I don't even know what the fuck's hitting me. The spear targets where you're targeting when you're standing. I'm sorry, that's not English. When you push the button to throw a spear, it targets where you point your mouse. From where you're standing, like relative to you. And if you move, it keeps targeting that same spot. Like it kind of moves with you. It doesn't like lock onto that position, it locks onto the angle that you're firing at. So if you're strafing too much, even if you point directly at him, it's gonna miss. I will poke this man down 200 damage at a time if I have to. We're getting out of Act 2 tonight. Kind of like that. Every time I go in on the shock, it disappears as I get to him. Brother, that is like 8 spears. Don't lie to me. Oop. Suddenly very not scary. I feel totally at ease here. I think I'm regenning like 1 health every 5 seconds. I could probably still regen again by the time he hits me again. Just kidding. I talk too much shit. I talk too much shit. Again? He didn't say the voice line. He's cheating. Don't you dare open that gate back up. What did I say? Can't believe I dodged that one. I thought I was early. You stay over there. I'll stay over here. We can be neighbors. We don't have to get in each other's business. Really likes that gate thing, doesn't he? Oh, that's my last health flask. Shock, please. I'm begging. Shock, please. Let's fucking go. Yay. Why was that so difficult?
Still breathing. This is not over. Not yet. I return you.
Yeah, get his ass. I certainly cannot hit him anymore.
It is done.
I've probably hit him more this one attempt than I have every other time I fought him. What is that? 2 to 4 thorns damage. Hell yeah, brother. Oh, dexterity. I just need 4 more levels. We were only 3 levels behind, though. Well, I don't know if you can call that working, but it kind of worked. Just don't ask how I'm killing Doriani, because I have no idea. You know what I should have done? There was a very obvious answer the whole time. %50 more damage against an enemy with a revealed weakness. Then again, it's not like they have that all the time, so maybe not. But at the very least, our second ascendancy point that we'll get during Act 3 will go into that, so we'll have some sort of boost there. There will be a period of time in which we do have that 50% more damage. That's for sure.
My wares are renowned. I shall put this to use.
That sold for 162. I'm going to disenchant it. I could go kill the bug to look for a jewel since I have that one jewel socket and I skipped the bug this time. I will talk to Sin to get this cutscene out of the way. I'm not saying my build is optimal or insane or great or anything like that.
Go on.
I will say I don't think it's that bad.
Really?
You're right. I have not.
Just compared to what I've done with previous builds and how well they went.
I don't believe it. An ancient Asmeri in the flesh.
I suspect there's something funky with the balance. Don't ask what gave it away, though. Couldn't tell you. So I don't know, maybe we just go through the next zone. Sand Sweat Marsh over and over again. Get gold.
The beast has grown too powerful.
And maybe we can farm that boss. Hopefully it has less health than Jaminra. And just drops items regularly. It'll be the blood aqueducts of Path of Exile 2 for us.
This humidity. Spirit how I miss the cool breath of the mountains.
I think another thing we're really missing is just having gear in evasion. Actual evasion gear.
Nasty little thing.
Ideally rares too, because I've been not getting shit for regals. It's been all exalts and alchemies, and those are nice, but not always ideal. Speaking of, case in point, Exhibit A.
More coming out of the water.
Come to think of it, we also haven't gotten a single Jeweler's Orb either. That would also be very nice. But we should be looking out for gray bases of stuff we care about. I had something I was going to look at, but I lost it. Oh yeah, the sport jet. We put inspiration in for something else. It was martial tempo, which went up here. Put inspiration on a 0 mana cost skill. It makes total sense. Don't question it. Thing is, I don't know if we should be full clearing, or we should just run for the boss, and then run for the elites, probably. That might be the option. At least this guy's health bar is moving a little bit better. Thankfully, he is not the same power as Jamunro. I really hope these zombies also refill our flasks, but they might not. Oh no, I think they do. Owie. I held up my shield and those zombies stared me square in the face and said, "What the fuck are you doing?" and didn't hit my shield. Kinda toxic, not gonna lie. Okay, so that branch is like kind of awkward. It's not 100% pathable, but I can throw stuff through it, and that's at least something. So I thought I had to consume a shock to get lightning exposure off the third hit of Primal Strike, but it turns out you don't. Just the third one always does it. Watch him drop 0 items. Okay, thank God. Shocking development. I don't have enough dexterity. Whoever would have guessed. Let's go empty out. We're just trying to scrounge as much as we can. Ideally, we get gloves with dexterity on them or a helmet. But I think helmets can have intelligence always, no matter what type of base they are. Might be wrong. I might just YOLO dexterity onto these and run around with no move speed on my boots, like a poor person. Or we'll just get lucky and slam it when I get a regal, right? Right? Suppose I could have outhed it as well. I'm gonna throw that in there. Do I have... I have a couple of jewels. I could try bow skills, but I don't have a quiver. It's kind of wasteful, but I'm gonna throw an alchemy at this. What? The damage? Hello? Do we have vendors here?
I will tell you.
We don't have the one that gives me the stuff I want.
Greetings.
Nor do we have a salvage bench. How many supports do I have? 4. That should be plenty. Okay, we have the dexterity for that. Okay, I was worried for a second. Lightning arrow, stormcall arrow, electrocuting arrow, lightning rod. I know people use was it gas arrow? You need level 8, 7 even. 1 off. Oh, I do have a 7. Is there a zombie walking in? Oh, thanks. Okay, I'll forgive them for trespassing for that. It's a spirit gem, dude. I've been fooled. Certainly don't have the dexterity for that. Although if I put those boots on, dude. Question is, do I have the intelligence for a level 3 flame wall? I do. We could try a gas bomb. And I left it in here like a silly person. Next problem. Requires level 31. It's one thing after the other with these things. What a time to be alive. I think gold. If it's rare, I'll disenchant it. Man, if I did not have enough sockets, I would, or skill slots, I would have cried. Actual tears would have been on my face. Okay. Let's go find the rares. Shouldn't be too difficult from here. On the plus side, all this chaos is going on in the campaign, but you know what I just remembered? And they nerfed the health on pinnacle bosses. That's what really matters in all this. And let's also hope we find a quiver. I think I'm just gonna put this point in accuracy because I don't want to put it in spear stuff, because that would mean I'll have to refund it later. If I do that. And then we start enjoying the bow more. Just to, like, make progress, you know? Delwyn, what are you doing here? This monster better not be tougher than that boss. Oh shit. He's going to these ones. Oh no. Well, we damn well better get some nice things out of this. I will do what I please, Delwyn, and you cannot make me do otherwise.
Don't lose focus. This ends now. Come on now.
The desync.
Don't lose focus. Pinpoint precision.
This man is just standing in clouds of his own parts, and I hate it. I would love to use my melee ability and combo and stuff, but also there's hazards everywhere. Oh, Regal Shard, dude. Oh, they do exist. Pog, we're in there, dude. I don't even know what we use that on, but we have one. What do we even do? I have to see what the bow is like first. Is there no quiver here? Old barbed spear, new base. 3325. Res. Wait a minute, this isn't even a good buckler. It actually has a less evasion rating than I have right now. But I kinda need it. I kinda need that virus. Colossal mana. So we should just be using those. Think we go reset the zone? I guess I could just use reset a checkpoint, but I kind of want to put stuff away too. That actually gave us more XP than I thought it would. Honestly, I thought we weren't going to get shit. But we are several levels behind, so I guess that makes sense. Wanted to keep that out. We'll keep those out. We'll keep that out. Suppose I should keep one more support, considering I do have a greater jeweler's orb. Or not a greater, a lesser. Again! Hopefully those dudes still drop items, even if they're not like guaranteed something interesting. I just need guaranteed rares and stuff. guaranteed rare monsters that drop items. Although I suppose the faster way, rather than actually farming the zone, would be to just reset at the checkpoint right next to them. Which I didn't think about until just now, and it's too late. We'll do it next time. I really hope the swamp zombies give XP, but if you told me they didn't, I would believe you. I wouldn't even put it past them to do that.
Nasty little thing.
Give me items. Okay, we got items, but not the ones I was hoping for. At least that one has modifiers on it.
Pinpoint precision.
Can I get a quiver, please? And thank you. What's on that? Crit bonus. It's actually pretty good. 12 to 21 fire. Not ideal, considering we do lightning, but it is damage. Another level 9. Yeah, I think going with the dexterity on the boots was probably the best we could do in this situation. Move speed is hardly the priority right now. Now is not a time of abundance. Do I have lifelong kill somewhere? Because it kind of looks like I do. I didn't notice this whole time. Weak to fire. That might help a little bit. I thought I was out of range. Are we? We're not losing XP at this point, right? Certainly hope not.
Bring it on. Lightning strike twice.
Surely something had to have happened in like the scaling algorithm, right? They didn't plan for this to be like this, right? Right? I like crossbow. Here we got a rare that doesn't have double defensive modifiers this time. Let's go. Just hinder aura. Hey, yo. Our second unique this whole time. We should probably be collecting the barbed spears so we can just roll on them. Till we get something we want. If we end up deciding to stick with you know, spears. If we get this bow equipped, and it's like the best thing ever, even if I have no quiver, I'm gonna be a little sad, but also very relieved. But also, if we don't like gas arrow, wrong weapon type for sure. If we don't like gas arrow, then we have at least one more level 9 gem, or a different one. I forget what I used on the other character that we did. Was it magnified effect plus, I think, fire infusion?
Straight through the arm.
Let's go with that plus this.
You're mine.
We're one-shotting things. Not quite the bugs, but close enough. Oh yeah, we're farming now. Oh, this is the real test. Oh, we need scattershot. That's the one. Thought things looked a little skinny. I mean, it's a little better. I also don't have a quiver. So if we can find one of those, kinda be gaming all of a sudden. Level 33 for those, but they're kind of nice for only having 2 modifiers.
A relic worth keeping.
Is it?
The hunt is on.
Let's try this boss, shall we? If he's still here. What's the hanging tree? Emerald ring. Now that is tempting. I was kind of hoping for a little more than that. So I think I need to take points out of the spear wheel and put it back in that accuracy or that elemental damage or elemental pen section. I suppose I could walk into the camp just so we have the waypoint. But that's not what we were here for. I need more levels before I do anything else in this damn act. Because evidently this is hardcore Path of Exile 2. And by hardcore I mean ruthless. Not actually hardcore.
What kind of I can buy?
Hello there.
And any fire.
She's friendly like. Hooray.
Let's go find those rares and see if they drop anything fun.
Straight through the art.
This is so much easier, dude. Still not nearly as much damage as I'd like to be doing. But it's a damn sight better than what we were doing. I think spears may just be bad, unfortunately. Quiver. It does exist. It's better. Oh, even better. 28 life per enemy kill. At least it's some kind of recovery, but I kind of would prefer. Um, like something else, I guess. More dexterity would always be nice. I can get Tame Beast now. Actually kind of tempting.
Use it.
Worst case, we remove Exploding Spear. I'm not even that worried about it. Let's try resetting this. Maybe this is how we get our items. Oh, it didn't work. Fine then, be that way. Where's the boss? That is a beast. If we find one with some auras, maybe it'll be a little useful, but it's also going to be slow as shit. Then again, the bugs do count as beasts as well. They'll be fast, they'll just die. $3,000. I don't remember what the cost is to respec here. I should be able to get at least 4 points out, right? He's a construct, not even like an undead? Who made him? Can I tell you the optimal POB? I can't tell you an optimal POB. And actually, there probably isn't really one that is exactly up to date because they just changed the tree pretty heavily in the ranger starting area. Like there's just new stuff around here, and it may or may not actually be worth it to path through, and I'm not exactly sure about that. I can show you the build guide that I was working on or working with when I played this build before the patch, but it's going to be quite different from what you see in the game. I just gotta find it real quick. I mean, maybe they've updated it fast enough so far. And it's not exactly a POB, but it is there. That is a full-on guide. It'll at least tell you which supports to use, and those should be pretty similar. Right now, I'm just looking for any possible alternative to the spear, because the spear is just not holding up at all. To my great sadness. Hell yeah, I believe. Does this man drop anything the second time? Nothing rare. Requires 39 strength. Probably not going to end up getting that much. For a while, at least.
Young one.
Those glows were kind of alright. A lot of this I just wanted to break down, but I don't have a salvage bench here. That I wanted to put over there. Like, maybe we can make a nice spear that does away with all the problems, but not exactly optimistic.
Quickly.
Yo, I heard you like armor. That can go in there. That can go in there. Those. Let's just do that. Fire res and life. That doesn't look like dexterity and movement speed to me, so we can probably get rid of it. I'd also like to wear this ring, because that sapphire ring is kind of ass. But also it has 5 dexterity on it, and we're desperate for as much of that as humanly possible, because for some reason I'm just short. Constantly on it.
Stay inside.
Alright, maybe we do move on from here and we just go to the next jungle and look for like a monkey pet. That could work. If I have the spirit for it. Hopefully it doesn't cost like 60.
This here jungle thrums with life.
The usual path would be as far left as possible. If we don't find the stuff before we find the exit, or the side objectives before we find the exit, then we come back and we check off to the right. So this is what damage feels like, huh? Crazy, dude. Here's one objective.
Lightning strikes twice.
Oh, it has to be a rare beast. And we have to do it while the beast is alive. That's actually good to know. What is the duration? 10 seconds? Okay, so we gotta get it kind of low. Oh, there's a rare beast. Evasive extra fizz damage. That's actually sick. Did not mean to do that yet.
A dead tribesman. Reckon Server knows him.
We got him. Let's go. 5 to all res unfortunately means no dexterity. We got the Alpha Primate. How much does it cost? 39.6% spirit. Oh, meaning it doesn't really matter how much spirit I have. He's just there. And when he dies, you don't lose him. He's not like Spectres in Path of Exile 1. I don't even know if Path of Exile 2 Spectres work like that.
Let's gorilla the hunt.
What mods did that have? I guess it's too late. It's already dead. I should have paid more attention. I actually forgot to do the jungle grave. We'll go back to it when I find the next objective, which would be the Venom Crypts. Yo, empowering volatile plants? Is that the new, like, plus size version of the mod? I think it is. I think if the volatile plants expire or explode on top of the monster who summoned him, I think he gets a buff. That's kind of what it looked like happened. Because he started glowing purple. And he still didn't drop a single rare item. What is going on, dude? Get back in the Pokeball. Yo. I think we kind of need like a really bonkers spear to even think about trying them again. If I spec out of those 4 points, I can put 3 there. I kind of want to spec out of this too. But mostly because of the shock, not necessarily because of the notable. But also, could just come up around here for more chance to ignite. But I'm not really doing so much ignite. I think it's just about exploding the arrows. I mean, there's dexterity. And my companion gets it. Could also take all of this crit damage bonus, because our crit chance is like absurdly high for this point in the game. A minimum of 26% at like really long distance. Up to 42%. Close to 43% if they're close. Thanks to our ascendancy. Running things like this is very mana hungry, but also it kills stuff fast enough to where that doesn't actually matter all that much. Shroud Walker with stunning, I think not. Another thing we could also try that's a little more in line with what we were doing before is I could try Lightning Arrow plus the was it those electrifying bolts that drop on the ground and zap stuff when you fire lightning arrows through them. Owie. I'm in danger. Yo, a rare! And it's an evasion base. Hello? It's shit. Honestly, I should probably still wear it just because evasion rating. But we have 33 res on my current one, and this has 18. Our res is not by any means capped. By no means nor definition of the word. Okay, I ran out of flasks. I should have gone home. But on the plus side, we're back on the jungle grave, so I can do this real quick. Head, why are you itchy? Stop it. Give me my belt. Thank you. Sorry about your son. Goodbye. The belt was shit, by the way. Hate to see it. One more level and I'll actually be able to wear bases from this zone. At least I'll have the level requirement for it. May not have the stats, but who knows. Magma barrier plus hasted. If only that was a haste aura. Ow. Ow. Oh, my flasks are still gone. Cool. Or rather, gone again. Leave me alone, you roly-poly. I'll be right back. The wells. I should probably break that. I'm gonna put this here with those.
We've been evil in the shadows.
I need more eagles so we can get that, and we can get that, and we can get that maybe, but I'd kind of like a better base. I should also have been checking with Oswald this whole time. Thankfully, I don't think I've loaded up. Accuracy rating, life on kill. 20% increased accuracy rating. Might work for us. Flat lightning, crit chance, crit bonus. Could be worse. It actually has 2 suffixes open, which could be 1 billion more flat damage. Not quite 1 billion, but it is something. So yeah, that is significantly better than what we had. Huge. Worth the alk, it worked out. Yeah, this is all level 33 stuff. That has dexterity on it, which might automatically make it worth equipping. The more I think about it, the more I think maybe we should just go for this wheel here. That's... it's also a lot of points for 15 dexterity. I'll get 15 on the way there. Have a wee bit of gold. Maybe I can afford it.
Back to basics.
Not even sure if it's worth it to do that right now, but we're gonna go ahead and go for it. I'm kind of committed to this bow thing right now. If it's actually gonna let me get through the damn campaign, I'm kind of interested, you know? If it's gonna let me kill the monkey, damn monkey boss, that will also be worthwhile. Ah yeah, we're gaming now. That quiver is kind of insane, honestly. I don't even have... Oh, well. I have sockets on, I just haven't been using them. So, plus fire damage should work if I have desert runes. I probably threw... If I have any, I probably threw them away in the stash. Which means I gotta go back to town again. But if we really want to have a chance against old... What's his name? Knuckle Fist? Quadrilla Commando Supreme, whatever his name is. We should probably get as much damage on that bow as we can. And our ability converts physical damage to fire damage, so it's not a bad thing to have a lot of physical damage on the bow, however. I think it's a little more efficient to have fire damage on the bow, because fire damage doesn't have to get converted to anything. I have one. I don't have another stack of them, do I? There's one in there, but I can't take it out. Alright, so we'll throw in a % fizz rune. Also, I don't know why this is not showing the sockets like it should be. Quality. The 92, it gained 5 damage on the upper end. Not bad for 2 whetstones, I guess. We're at 6% quality there. So that was all a ruse. This entire thing was a dead end.
Die, beast!
The real question is, what is our crit chance up to now? Almost 50% on close enemies. Our crit bonus only went up by 8% with those changes that we made to the tree. Which is a little less than I thought, but whatever. Infested Barrens, the waypoint's a little ways away, so we want to find our other objectives here before we go there. I think since we found Infested Barrens, boss man should be here, and B, the other objective I think should be at the beginning. Mighty Silverfist, he doesn't have a name. Could have sworn he did. Maybe he does in maps. His damage on that roll did get nerfed significantly. I definitely ate that whole thing and I barely lost any health. Like previously, that would have killed me both times. Yay.
Sorry, big fella. That were a fight for the ages.
I'll take that. I feel like it's probably better to go up the middle and get all that damage there, but the other stuff is tangentially useful for me, I guess. Let's double check up here. This is kind of the plan. Sorcery. Sorcery's nuts. Heh. I really should be grabbing that, but I'm lazy. Actually, you know what? It might drop me other items. It's a free rare. We should take it.
This is what I get for freeing you.
Please hold.
And that's that.
That's all I got to say about that. Alright, this whole time I've been sitting on a jeweler's orb. I should definitely, yes, be using that right there. And with that, we can put on, I had several options. One was attack speed. Another one was AoE. Is there another one? Don't think I care about persistence. Yo, Eternal Flame might actually just be free on Flame Wall, but it increases the mana cost pretty significantly. Yo, Concentrated Effect has no mana multiplier. Magnified Effect has 130%. Actually bonkers. Martial Tempo also has none. We kind of need to manage our mana. So that means let's go Flame Wall. Oh, I guess that fire thing only works on attacks. Oh, I don't have enough strength for another red, I guess. Okay, we'll do Arcane Tempo because it's free. I leveled up through all that. $148 to $166. So it's actually went up by 18. Gwendolyn.
Intrepid. Won't find these in any old market.
Kind of banger. Also cheap as shit. Oh yeah, we hit 33, which is the breakpoint for a lot of these bases.
Risked my neck for that beauty.
Heck,
Hope to see you soon.
what's in here? Nothing. Certainly no poison crypts. There was one time where I found it very far inland, and that was yesterday? I think so, while I was practicing. That was an SSF, which I believe has slightly different layouts than the other leagues. Like, I think all the leagues have different. I have heard that all the leagues have different layouts from each other, so. Seeing as how it was different between SSF and softcore trade, I'm inclined to believe what I heard. Hunterhood 121, that's a lot. We do have a bunch of essence I've been sitting on, and I haven't been paying attention to all the ones that I picked up, so I might have something fun I could put on that. Yo, 2 rares from 1 monster? This is absurdity. I'm here for it. I should definitely break all of those because I need regals. Something fierce. There they are. Inventory is getting kind of full. It's kind of wasteful to do this before doing poison crypts, but because we're gonna have to come back when we finish poison crypts. But I just need to empty my stuff. I wanted to look at mod or essence, defense mod, fire mod, physical mod, attack mod. I think if we just YOLO defense on there. It's not exactly what I was hoping for, but actually it's not bad. Crit chance, okay. Now if we could get a... If we could get a regal, that'd be great, but I don't know how many shards I have. 2 of them. Probably won't be able to get them from here just yet.
Don't drink the water.
This is better than what I have. It has no res on it, which is basically all my fire res, and I don't have any more desert runes because I put one on there, and that was my last one. Can I wear Wind Dancer still? Combat, we can finally wear Combat Frenzy. I think I am gonna put Wind Dancer back on now that we're not playing a buckler. It's Wind Dancer or the Primate. I forgot about that. Honestly, though, when we get Azak Bog done, we'll be a little better. We'll be able to afford it, I should say. Because that'll give us 30 or 40 more spirit. But for now, Venom Crypts, we're gonna go get the sauce. Sauce.
Something slithers in the dark. Best keep my eyes peeled.
This place was a total crapshoot when I was trying to figure out how to get through here quicker. You either find the place or you don't. There's no real rhyme or reason to where it ends up. Sometimes it's in a corner on the bum end of the map. Sometimes it's kind of centrally located on an inner wall rather than an outer wall. Sometimes it's directly opposite the other treasure room in this zone, but sometimes it's not. All in all, you just gotta run around till you find it, I guess. And we... Oh, is this the good one or the bad one? It's the bad one. Always the bad one first. It's the general rule. Desert rune, actually huge. Level 9 spirit gem, now I can have an extra one to replace the one I spent for some reason, if I need one. I still want to believe in the Spear Dream. So we'll probably keep trying to fish for better spears. However, we're gonna have to wait for that, like, week 1 patch. Where they fix shit. Hopefully. That I hope is coming. Watch it be directly next to the door. Where the hell do we go? Since the fake room was in the opposite corner of the door, it's got to be right behind the door, right? Surely. It was all wishful thinking. Whoa, we're fine, we're fine. I knew I had it. Zero fear. I have 0 health flasks left and it's making me nervous. Oh, never mind, problem solved. Oh yeah, I should be wearing Herald Ash. That's what it is. If I have the strength for it. Have that node. What? Is there anything else? Nearish by? Attacks gain increased accuracy rating equal to their critical hit chance. Surely that doesn't scale with itself, right? Like, the crit chance we get from accuracy does not play a part in adding adding accuracy rating based on the crit chance. I think it's like normal crit chance. But honestly, we should probably just be boosting this shit up here. More crit bonus to the moon. What are we up to? 183.
That's the thrill of the hunt.
Or we're just full clearing the zone because we didn't get lucky enough to walk into the door. Lap number 2. Did it end? See, this is one of the central ones. I checked all the outer edges and the corner only for it to be the central door. Now, our only hope is that the previous zone has not been reset. That took quite a while to actually get through. Serby, I got you stuff. I feel like mana regen may have been the actual play. But, getting frozen is bad. Getting shocked is bad. And believe it or not,
Bagged myself a big un.
getting ignited is also bad. And they just made it way easier for you to get all three of those things and more. Similar effects. So, ailment threshold is a little more important now. That's probably one of the simplest ways to get it.
Oh, be careful. There's eyes about.
Alva. Presumably, every other layout I've seen. Okay, that's not true. Every layout I've seen since I started practicing, Alva was on the right side of the map. I have seen her on the bottom left side of the map, but not in a long time. So I guess we should check because there's like no way she's over there. I'd really like to have the waypoint to this place before leaving. Storm rune. Wonder at what point we start dropping the higher tier runes. I think Alva pretty much has to be on the outside edge somewhere. Question is, how far damn away is this outside edge? By the way, if you played Gas Cloud before this update, if you try and play it after the update, they nerfed Gas Cloud, so you can't have more than I think 6 out at a time. So if you have 4 projectiles you fire, then firing twice actually only gives you 1.5 sets of arrows or sets of gas clouds. So maybe it's actually not that great to have 4. Then again, if you just fire 1 and detonate it, like, having 4 is still better than having 3. So basically every time you hit him after the first time is gonna benefit from having 4, so it's probably worth a while. What the hell is this zone? Yeah, we ended up in the right spot.
Time to get Elva down here.
Try not to sound too excited, Huntress.
Take this.
Here's one. I'll be taking that.
Excellent. More wildlife what wants to kill me.
But first, the Azak Bog. Also, I think as soon as we get the Trial of Chaos, like we kill Chimera, and we find the temple, well, we're gonna yeet right into there. I want my second ascendancy. We need those weaknesses exposed. Revealed, whatever you want to say.
Up for another hunt,
Hell no, I'm not Delwyn. Actually, we probably should, shouldn't we? This is gonna possess one of them roly-polies on the camp, isn't it? Oh, a pig.
Come on now. Let's end this.
Oh, it's so nice to have damage. Maybe not a boatload of it, but we got something. So I'm definitely taking that. Also, we should do this because the bug may drop us stuff, and it's probably not that difficult. Hopefully not that difficult. Jade Annual actually massive.
Maggots everywhere.
We're gonna alchemy that as soon as I'm safe. Yeah. Nice, nice. So we're 3 for 3. I will lose 4 intelligence. That will actually not cost me a skill slot. What a time to be alive. Just kidding. It will cost me a skill though. Slightly important one as well. But we have more dexterity, meaning I can go trade one of them for...
Straight through the art.
I can go trade one of them for... You know. It. That'd be the one. Mr. Sin, I presume.
How can I advise?
Adapt or die.
Did I have precisely 2,000 gold? Did I see that right? Oops. Wrong one. I'm actually going to keep that. Don't want to keep that one. Do I have a regal for this helmet? I have an artifice orb for this helmet? Yo, we hit fire res on it. Actually huge. I'm going to quality this. Finally, some real res. We're out of exalted orbs. My fire res is still pretty low, so I wouldn't mind using the desert rune anyways, even though I probably should put it on my weapon. This is a nice helmet for starting out, or early on, I guess, if I haven't found anything else. Keep the runes, because sometimes I find myself wishing I keep them. Nyara. Back we go. so glad we did that damn book. I'll be honest. Sebastian.
Anything you need.
Nope.
Keep your wits about you.
That's a lot of damage. Go full rage orb, huge. I don't know what we hit. Maybe mana? We did not hit move speed. We hit 9 gold res, which I guess is better than nothing. Suddenly we're looking pretty snazzy on our res. I thought my fire was a little higher than that now, but I guess I was wrong.
These Azak give tribal life a bad name.
The optional objective is somewhere just a little ways inside. Ow. Everything else in this run has been bass backwards. Maybe the objective is up here. More often, I think it's on the bottom rightish area. Oh, yeah, there it is. Perfect. So now, the fun part is trying to find where the other objective is beyond this. And as far as I've been able to tell, Boss's Arena is never south of this place. That is far from confirmed. However, I can't think of a time that I've seen that happen. So that's the assumption I operate under, and it's been working out relatively well. Still takes a while to check all the areas it could be, but maybe I get proven wrong here today.
The Asmeriad
What will happen? Your bonus?
scorn such a ritual, but needs must.
We suddenly have fire res. Another thing I like to use to look for the arena is straight up and down crossroads, or side to side, like cardinal directions. Most of the time I think the arena is, the door to the arena is on those. I'm not 100% certain that's every time, but it's worked out plenty often for me in the past.
Straight through the eye.
Casual storm ring behind me. Where's my flasks? Got my hopes up for that one. I thought this was the boss. I don't think it's over there. Double check the bottom edge of this, see if there's any similar crossroads. I don't see no checkpoints. Don't. Yeah, okay, that's the outside edge. Honestly, I probably should not have gone this far away from the arena. It's usually not terribly far. The boss room is not terribly far from the objective. There it is. Sure enough. And ultimately, like, I don't know, 20 feet away. That's a lot of energy shield. This is new. I think. I don't remember ever seeing that. You're allowed to fall out of that broom anytime. Thank you. Let's get this fight started for real. Please and thank you. Nah, I'd win. Hmm? Forgot she had that. Yay. Honestly, this has probably been one of the fastest times I've gotten through the Azak bug. This place messes me up non-stop, dude.
Watch over us. A more disgusting sight I've not seen.
I don't think well, we should turn it in, but I don't think the reward is really anything crazy. I think it's like a charm. One of the nicer ones, but it's like don't get frozen instead of have a little bit of extra elemental res, but nothing I'm too terribly worried about. It's either stun or freeze or shock that I care about.
Like that's reward enough.
Go shock first. Get those out of here. What are these? Increased charges is huge. This is also 10, almost 11 uses. This is 9, almost 10 uses. So it turns out, if you get in a high enough tier of reduced charges used, it's actually way better. Alright, we're gonna go to... Kinroll Wetlands, deal with the Chimera, do Temple of Chaos, and I think I'm gonna call it a night after that. But have no fear, I will be back tomorrow at, well, I guess today at this point. I'll be back in, if we can see the time, 10 hours? Is that correct? Yeah. I'll be back at 3 p.m. Eastern US time. Same time I started today. I guess 9.5 hours from now. For another massive marathon stream. Probably not as long as today, but we'll keep this going. I kind of wanted to try and get through Act 3 today, but I'm just too tired. We'll get my second ascendancy though. That's a good stopping point. Why was bleed not working? The abilities just didn't do enough damage. I was not only did the abilities just not do enough damage to make them do anywhere close to like an almost barely workable amount of damage, you had to do so much work. Particularly like Rake, the first bleed ability that Spear has. It has a guaranteed bleed on it, and it has a dash on it, which is really nice. But it also has a 100% more damage multiplier based on the distance you cover with the dash while you're attacking. And the ability feels like it's kind of balanced around you taking advantage of that to actually do reasonable amounts of damage. So it's not like the ability does insane damage and then you charge a big way, a big distance, and then you get an even bigger bleed. It's you do a little bit of bleed normally if you're like right on top of them, and then you get like a what seems like it's supposed to be a reasonable amount of damage if you get the full distance on the charge. And then there's a lot of like mechanics on the tree that are new, and they seem kind of like they don't really work that well with how Huntress has bleed. Specifically, there's a wheel right here. It's the closest bleed wheel to the Huntress start. And it says 20% chance for attack hits to apply incision, which is a brand new keyword. And it says each. Okay, it's a debuff which causes the affected target to gain increasingly higher chance to be afflicted with bleeding when hit. All incision stacks are removed when bleeding is inflicted. So it's 10% per stack, and it goes up to 10 for a guaranteed bleed at 10 stacks. The thing is, no, Huntress already has. Rake has guaranteed bleed. There's another one where you stab like 5 times and then stab a larger time for a 6th hit, and the 6th hit is guaranteed a bleed as well. So it's kind of like, why are we doing this? And then the incision goes away when you do inflict bleed. So the magnitude of bleeding you inflict against enemies affected by incision, I'm not 100% certain that would work. Like, how that would work, like maybe you apply incision with a hit that's guaranteed to bleed already. It says, oh, this character is affected by incision. It causes the bleed, removes incision, and gets the bonus damage, something like that. Or if it works in a way that's totally against that. But also there's just not a whole lot here. Other than that, it's like 30% bleed magnitude, and then knockback, or incision effect, which is more bleed chance, up to 15%. And then there's another one down here, which is more incision, and to get actual like bleed magnitude, you have to go way the hell over there, and that's actually 35 for 3 points, 4 points really, and you have to path a super long way, so it's just not worth. You're probably better off trying to scale off of like physical damage on your weapon, or just scaling your physical damage so that way the bleeds it inflicts are larger. But then on top of that, just the skills are super clunky compared to the original weapons. Because the spear skills are meant to work with each other, but like I said, they're also meant to be more active. You're supposed to be bouncing back and forth between melee and range. Or I guess close and far range attacks. And if you're not doing that like constantly, then you're just not getting the full damage the weapon should be doing, and it's exhausting. what do I think about bleed slash pin mark tactician? I'm not familiar with what tactician does. I saw like the highlight when they announced it, but I didn't really pay close attention because I kind of was looking at. I saw half of the ascendancy points for it, and I was like, oh, this is just a this is a party support player, a party support build ascendancy. So there may be more to it, but I just didn't pay enough attention. But I do know crossbow has some really fun stuff with pin. If I remember right, there's like some stuff you shoot a billion arrows into the sky and then it targets like all of the enemies in front of you and it causes pin buildup or something like that. Might be mixing that up with something else, but I do know Mercenary has some fun ways to mess with pin. So it could be fun, but I would recommend not using Spear for that. If you try and do bleed some way, Spear is probably not the way, at least right now. An initial balance pass is not great. Between however they chose to balance Spear, compared to how they chose to balance player power versus monsters overall with this patch, it's just, it totally missed. I think if you rewind this VOD about 2 hours, what is it? Actually, no. If you go to like 7 hours deep in this VOD, or 6.5 hours deep in this VOD, you'll see me trying out bleed against bosses in Act 2, and it just doesn't work. About 2.5 hours ago, I think, I was fighting Jamin Ra with the elemental version of the spear attack, or like with the elemental spear attacks, which are miles better than bleed. And you'll see it took me a good 45 minutes to kill Jamin Ra because I just couldn't kill him fast enough to survive. Basically, I kept running out of flasks because I couldn't kill him fast enough. So overall, it's not just the bleed part of the spear that's busted; it's the whole thing, which is a bummer because I think a lot of the attacks look really cool. They just don't have numbers. So we panic swapped into bow at the start of Act 3, and so far it's actually working a little bit. But we're still much slower than this build was in the previous patch. So it's just rough times right now. But hopefully within a week or two, are we really gonna fight the event boss here with the ghosts? Yep.
It's getting stronger. Get down. Don't let up.
Yeah, no problem. I'm always happy to do my best to answer if you have any more questions. Yeah, with Jinbar, yeah, and a superior bow, but mine's better, I promise you. Yeah, we YOLO alchemied this bow, and it just gave us what we wanted. Honestly, though, I should have exalted this. I thought it was all full of mods already. We could get flat crit chance, and we could get hybrid percent fizz too, or accuracy rating, which would be massive, or attack speed, which would be massive. Flat fire damage would work too, but I spent all my exalts on other gear. Mr. Chimera, wherefore art thou? By the way, every single time I've come through here in softcore trade, it's been this backward ass layout for the past like 3 days. Or maybe it was even in solo stuff, huh? This is my first time doing a solo softcore trade run in months. Oh yeah, I forgot we can't detonate that. What do we do? Oh yeah, they buffed the life on the pillars. We do our best is what we do. Oh yeah, another major problem with Spear, I just remembered, is I didn't even talk about was parrying. A lot of the utility of the weapon is buried behind parrying, and it's not very reliable to be able to parry as much as you need to in as many situations as you will want to. So that's like a whole nother bag of worms after everything else I was talking about. Bro, really? Can I shock a pillar? No, but I can give it lightning exposure, and that's almost as good. I still have my spear on because I really don't want to give up on the spear dream, but for now we just have to do something else because it's not gonna work. Leave me alone. Speaking of sustaining,
Pinpoint precision.
somehow we're not applying lightning exposure. Oh, there we go. Get down from there. I might need to put on like lightning arrow. Or the other thing. Where you fire the lightning arrows onto the ground and then fire lightning arrow on top of that to zap a billion times. But thankfully he's out of pillars, so maybe he'll stop fucking around and we can just finish him off. Just kidding. Chimera never stops fucking around. That bastard. Easy, man.
Hello? What's this?
Hello. We're gonna go in here for the waypoint, so I don't have to run through here again. Off to the Temple of Chaos. What could possibly go wrong? I can guarantee you exactly nothing could ever go wrong here. Perfect run, 0 damage the entire way through. Guaranteed.
An exile as Mary hunts for a new...
I just remembered I put my spirit gem away. I was supposed to be running Herald of Ash right now after Azek Bog. Ritualist is bad, tragically bad. I want to like it. But, and honestly, if you had gear, it could work. But with running Ritualist on top of Spear, I think the Spear is worse than the Ritualist is. But also, Amazon is like so bananas for attack damage. Like just having free crit based off of attack speed. Oh, I'm sorry, not attack speed. Accuracy rating, which you can then convert into attack speed. And then you get like big more multipliers against bosses and stuff. Ritualist actually has the ring, which is awesome. The ring effect and amulet effect, which is also very cool. But then they have the modifier steal from rares, which is only like marginally useful. They have blood boils, which is not useful. I tried that. That was the first thing I did. And extra charm stuff, which is also not that exciting compared to have guaranteed crit with no investment. Have a billion extra added flat physical damage to your attack. Again, another way to scale more damage off of accuracy rating, so that it makes accuracy even better. More multiplier, and then if you have all this infusion stuff, which I don't really know what this does. But if you're playing spears and you, I don't know, if you just consume charges, you get the stuff. But I didn't really read what this does. Elemental infusions are consumed when you use a non-melee projectile attack to infuse the projectiles fired by that attack. Infused projectiles trigger an infused blast when they reach the end of their flight. Projectiles which split or fork from an infused projectile do not gain the benefits. So it's just more damage if you do elemental stuff, which could be cool, but I haven't really thought about it too much. I think all this stuff down here plus a defensive one on this end is probably like a good combo. Like I intend to go critical strike, predatory instinct, and then like stalking panther probably, or maybe as Mary Brew. And then penetrate for when I have like a good bow after as my fourth ascendancy. But I do want to go back to that Ritualist. But it needs like something needs to shift in the balance between player and monster power, and spears in particular. And B, I could probably benefit more from having some gear on that character before really going for it. Played Ritual with played Ritualist 8 hours, reached Act 2. Yep, that's exactly my or just about how far I got. I got 7 hours, and I was still in Act 2. At about the 7-hour mark, I cleared the giant skeleton in the tower. So like Jamin Ra was the next boss, but I had no belief in my ability to kill Jamin Ra. So if you go to when this VOD is done, or when the stream's done, if you go to about the 6.5 hour mark, you'll see how hard I was struggling as well. And even running elemental spear abilities, Jamin Ra still took me like a good 45 minutes. And even this build we're doing right now is something I tried on a Deadeye before the update, and we were like one-tapping things. It was like very, very easy. And now we're actually having to fight things, which might be a little healthier for the game or something, but it doesn't feel very good. Yeah, no problem, Senpai. Always happy to help where I can. We leveled up. Sick. But yeah, I do still want to go back to Ritualist. I wish it was better. Stormcaller runes. I have 44 lightning res. That's tolerable, right? Cannot be slowed or stunned. Do I do that? Not really. Like kind of stun. I think Stormcaller runes is better. But yeah, Amazon plus accuracy on everything is... it's free. My crit chance is... depending on the distance of the enemy from me, if they're right on top of me, my crit chance is 58%. If they're 9 meters away or farther, it's still 34%. Which at this level in the game is like absurd. You're not supposed to get anywhere above like 12 crit chance unless you have like a lot of investment and you're in the end game and you have like gear and all your points and this, that, and the other thing. Hey, yeah, thanks for subscribing. I appreciate that. I'm just gonna YOLO out of this and hope we're fine. Yeah, we're fine. Hello, poison or chaos? Yeah, when I did this build through ultimatum on my Deadeye, I was waiting for monsters to spawn so I could blow them up. And my bow was not as good as this bow is. Owie. So I guess it's safe to say the nerfs work. Maybe, just maybe a little too long. But we'll get through it. They'll figure something out. I'll figure something out. We will figure something out. It'll be great. Tethers was definitely a terrible idea, by the way.
We are only getting started.
Yeah, well, I'll take the minus res at this point. None of those other options are good. If we fail this one, it's because we got screwed by RNG. So we'll just run it again and hope we don't get modifiers that are quite as bad. Hey, yo, we got the nice one, though. Some positive RNG for once. Let's go. I will take this place over the find the crystals and put them in the sockets encounter any day. The only question remaining after this is, what boss do we get? Get in the socket. Shit. There we go. Good thing we get a well before this boss. We're just... no matter what modifiers we get, we're praying that we get the Plague Bird. No Tornado, no Chimera. Just Plague Bird. I think I can handle that one.
This is just the beginning.
Stormcaller runes for sure.
Lightning always strikes twice.
It's the Plague Bird! Let's fucking go! Okay, now we just have to not mess it up. This bird is still dangerous. It has some things that are pretty heavy damage actually. It's just one of the least chaotic of the bosses. Chimera is probably not quite as chaotic, but it also flies around like crazy. I hate it. That's one of the ones that's most, one of the abilities that's most scary from this. Killed the baby. I really hope that doesn't trigger an enrage. I've never really done that before killing the boss here. But yeah, that corrupted blood stuff it vomits is also terrifying. Oh, vomits another one. It doesn't get pissed, thank God. Give me my ascendancy! We're fine. I thought that last vomit killed me. That would have been the worst. What do we get? Valor? If I was not in such dire straits, I would vow my weapon immediately. However, if that gets bricked, I'm screwed. Sweet victory. I thought for sure we were gonna have to reset at least once or twice. I'll be back for that. Priority 1. Get the points before you get disconnected. Life might be easier if I take defense, but I think it's kind of... I don't know. I don't think our damage is good enough for defense to make terribly much difference.
Approach the altar and receive Chaos's blessing.
What is this? I think I'm good. I think I'm good on that too. Okay, bye. Alright, we're gonna do one more boss just to see what the reveal weakness is, and then we'll call it a night. I know I said I was gonna do it after trial, but I can't just not try out the new thing, you know? Jaquani's doesn't take terribly long. I guess we could do Blackjaw, but it feels silly to give up before we do the thing. So we'll get 2 bosses.
Maybe if I'm quiet, these things won't come to life and attack me.
Bring it on.
I don't think the thing's here. I would have heard it. There it is. Somewhere. It's kind of when we were going up, so I think it's up here. Just kidding. That was propaganda. I guess I was also moving down left.
Got one. A soul core. Oh, goodness. So much for that. No stone.
Blackjaw is resistant to fire, isn't he? I think we do have... No, we don't. took out the little bit of res pen that I had. Might be getting close to time to put that back. Hello. Hey, that's the weakness. If you look at the health bar, I guess not that one. Next time we see a rare, if you look at the health bar, you'll see there's like little segments that are brighter than the rest. That's the weakness being revealed, and while the health bar is in those sections, it takes 50% more damage, which is massive. If only it was for the entire thing. Black Jaw's right here, but I don't have a soul core. Just kidding, it's a dead end. Haha! You thought there was stuff to do, but there is in fact not. Still weird we haven't seen a single soul core yet, though. We only need 2.
Seeing you here.
Delwyn, I don't want to see you anywhere, I'll be honest. I also don't want you body blocking me in the middle of the hallway. I don't know why, I have a particular aversion to Delwyn. He just keeps popping up. It's kind of like Einhar, but less endearing. Einhar's at least kind of funny. So I guess Blackjaw was actually on the other side? Question mark? Nope. Okay, yeah, that is the treasure room. He was on the other side. I've been jebaited. Bamboozled. The wool was pulled over my eyes. I was deceived. Seriously though, all 3 of the soul cores are gonna be like directly on top of each other in this, like some corner of this area. Some absurd spawn pattern that I've never seen in my life, and it's gonna be the very last corner that I check.
Return to nothing.
Actually, this is really weird. I finally heard one. There are 3 sections of busted up rooms between the tunnels. Usually it's been 2. Here's boss man number 1. Oops. Blackjaw is always so hit or miss for me. I either dumpster him or I get dumpstered like 5 times before finally clearing him. Yeah, so that light section, he's starting taking 50% more damage. Then we'll have to work hard in the middle, and then we'll have 2 more sections of it later. Rude. Really? Okay. Should have gone towards him. I didn't realize that was the 3-piece. I thought it was just an overhead slam, so I wasn't prepared to dodge a follow-up. My bad. This is what I mean, though. That's how it goes. Honestly, at this point, Blackjaw may have a winning record against me. If I'm being totally honest. That's the only time you should really be far from him. That too. Throw again. No. Uh-oh. Spaced out. Really? Oh, I'm so glad I lived.
Simmer down, you great big pile of rust.
Tell him, Huntress, tell him. Oh yeah, we were going for this crit. We're gonna lose even more defenses, but I'm gonna get a big old chunk of crit bonus. Which I'd like to see the full value of is 217 to 285. And I think I have that 13 crit bonus on my gear there. I have 15 gear bonus crit bonus there. That's not including like soul cores and high tiers of those mods, and I don't know if there's any other place we can get them. Yo, that got marked on the map for me? Sick. Actually huge. Okay, let's go do Jaquani's Sanctum. Take care of that big Dr. Octopus looking robot. This should be the right spot. Owie. Go through the door. Too much, too much. Oh, I just remembered. We're not really using the spear, but there's a spear ability we should be using. That's called Thunderous Leap, and it's like Leap Slam, except you do it with a spear. And there's thunder everywhere. Or lightning, rather. Might be the proper way to say that. The reveal weakness is kind of sick. We're hardly like one-tapping through the segment on each monster we find, but like, it's just cool seeing it light up like that. It's nice to have another bonus to damage against rares. Or I guess like big single targets in general. Level 2 support gem. We're in there, dude. We're rich. Also, where the hell is the thing? Where's that gem? Yo, that's a new one. Level 38. I don't think it's worth using in alchemy. Yo, 10 flame res? Huge. So I think the generator thing, the power soul core, is probably in the middle here. Yeah, I heard one. I see one. There's a funny trick you can do here, where if you reset at checkpoint, you respawn the soul cores. Or like change their spawn point. So if you find a spot where it spawns, you can just reset at checkpoint and keep running back to it until you get the one you want. But I don't know if it works if you have one in your inventory, or if it drops the one in your inventory when you reset. I have no idea. I haven't played with it that much. I just heard about it from watching the race event that happened a month or two ago. Thunder Sleep is great because you can do that. You can jump up ledges. Whoop. And down ledges. Imagine that. Accidentally found the second one. No resetting required.
The sea is
Built
bigger
different.
than the rest. But to what end? Now to lug this back to the generator.
Oops, I went the wrong way. I'm used to having disengage on there, so I go backwards. And now the fun part about this place when you're done with this is the waypoint doesn't serve as a checkpoint for whatever reason. Oh, thank God for evasion rating. So you have to go through your portal. But then that puts you on the left side of town, which is 10 miles away from the waypoint. If we ever load in. So it's a real pain in the ass to go run all the way to that waypoint, so you type /hideout in town. Go through another loading screen, but this one should be a little easier because there's no players with MTX in here. Click on that waypoint. Then you go back there. And a lot of times we still beat the electricity to this room. Case in point. You have to wait for that to get here on both sides before we start the bus. Anytime now. It's right there. It is on the way, right? Yeah, there it is. Why don't I do the honors? Okay.
Oh dear. Now we just have to remove it from that giant construct. Good luck.
Thanks, Ella. You're the best. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. We're fine. You know, that wave didn't go. What a waste of a stun. I didn't realize he was stunned in time.
Straight through the arm.
Easy. I know.
One Alva said. Aye, pull the other one.
Alright, friends. It's a shame to do it so soon. This is just the map, isn't it? Yes, it is. Shame to do it so soon, but I do need to go ahead and call the stream here. I wish we could have beaten the campaign today. I was hoping to get it done in like 8 hours or something. I underestimated the nerfs. But that's okay, we'll be back tomorrow. And by that I mean today. In approximately, what, 9 hours now? At 3 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, or Eastern US Time. So that'll be, yeah, 9 hours from now. And we'll do it again. Another minimum of like 11 or 12 hours for tomorrow. And then we'll do that again on Sunday. And then I'll take a break after that. So, look forward to it. Tomorrow we'll carry off. We'll pick up right where we left off, right here. Jam this thing in the altar and run through the map and the waterways. And then carry through Act 3, because the rest of it's pretty simple from here. It's just big layouts. But I do appreciate y'all watching. Hope you've enjoyed. If you didn't even already, make sure you smack the like and subscribe button if you're watching on YouTube. The follow button if you're watching on Twitch. Like I said, come see me again tomorrow. Hope y'all are having a better league start than I am. And I hope y'all have a good night. And I'll see you tomorrow. Yeet.